Alright, let me explain. Batman's anniversary was a couple days ago, and naturally I wanted to do something about it since I am a big Batman fan. Not the Arkham Knight video because I need a bit more time to work on that, so here's a little something different to pass the time. This is a very different thing from what I usually do on the channel, so if you like it, like and subscribe and all that good shit. So Batman, the Caped Crusader, an absolutely well-known character, so I won't introduce him or anything. As many of us know, part of Batman's character is his no-killing rule, and I often see people on Twitter making a lot of jokes about this rule, which are hilarious often, but then again, many people would have a problem with this rule, seeing it as stupid or contrived. Because, well, when someone like the Joker is bombing Gotham City every other day, yeah, maybe letting him run free is not the most logical move. And I know that a lot of wise guys will come here and say that Batman has killed a lot in movies, which, like, yeah, you're right, like, every live-action Batman has killed, like, dead, very, very dead. Minus you, you're cool. But those are just certain adaptations, and in some cases, like Nolan's, typically it's a loophole in the rule, like, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. You know, that kind of shit. Upon rewatch, actually, Nolan's Batman absolutely killed a lot of people. Never directly. It was typically like accident, like setting the monastery on fire, but he still indirectly sorta killed people. But regardless of whatever you think, these are just adaptations and not the main versions of Batman. And yes, he's killed in comics too. More on that later. However, the point of this video is not whether or not the rule is justified, because I'm not a philosopher. Personally, I shave and shower. And also, that's not a very interesting discussion to have. At least not by myself, alone in my room, on a Saturday night. I am to give my 2 cents on whether or not it is satisfying for Batman to pull through with his rule of not killing. Does it feel good, or does it subtract from the character? I've heard a lot of people say that it's a crucial part of his character, as well as people say that it's boring and makes the character of Batman stale and seem stupid. So here we go. Is Batman's no-kill rule satisfying? But first, a quick history lesson. Where does the rule come from? So Batman was created in 1939, 85 years ago, right? But his rule was only officially stated little over a year later in Batman number 4. But before that, Batman was not entirely opposed to killing people. It was more of the Iron Man or Captain America type of not killing, where they will kill, but they will typically try to avoid it. This means that there's a couple of comics in which Batman is shown with a gun, which is kind of cursed, and he is shown to shoot and kill people. But due to some moral panic at the time, along with the rising popularity of comic books, plus the fact that, you know, Batman now had a kid, Robin, and having him just kill people in front of his son would not have been great. Because of this and many more reasons, the producers and executives asked Bob Kane and Bill Finger to make Batman stop killing. And so it was in Batman number 4 that the rule began right there. In this panel started one of the central pillars of Batman for years to come. How did the original duo that made Batman feel about this? Well, Bob Kane has stated that although originally angry at the executives, he claims the rule has helped Batman stay relevant in the long run. On the other hand, Finger now states that he would have wished that Batman never killed, ever, and regrets the earlier issue's decisions of having him use lethal force. Now, there are some obvious upsides to this from a writing perspective, right? I mean, villains coming back and getting more development rather than just being a villain of the week is great. This resulted in certain villains becoming very iconic. I mean, obviously, Joker. And this is one of the reasons why both Batman and Spider-Man have arguably the best villains in comics, because, well, they don't kill, so we got to know these characters, and their rivalries are allowed to fester and grow. Something difficult to do in the eternally ongoing and changing and retconning comic book stories. Now, a quick housekeeping. Yes, Batman has killed in comics before. 2 of the most basic bitch and overstated Batman comics feature him either indirectly killing or ambiguously maybe killing. But alas, there are reasons for that. In The Dark Knight Returns, it is an older, much more brutal and cynical Bruce Wayne. And in The Killing Joke, like I said, it's ambiguous at best. A little bit of a side rant here that I'm going to speed up. The ending of The Killing Joke is meant to be ambiguous whether or not Batman is laughing with the Joker or effectively choking the life out of him. I personally like to believe that he does not kill Joker in that panel, because I believe that it would go against the whole point of The Killing Joke, which is that Batman doesn't want to kill Joker, and he believes that there is still, part of the ending is that he still believes that there is a way to help Joker, to help him improve, while Joker's more cynical nature makes him believe that, no, it's too late for him. So I believe that in order to really keep the themes of The Killing Joke and the whole point that one bad day is not enough for people like Gordon to break, and that hope needs to live, there needs to be proof that the system works, I believe that Batman does not kill Joker at the end because of that. Because he needs the proof that people, like even like him, can still improve and that he doesn't have to kill. But alas, the important part is that these are exceptions that are treated with respect and so much presence. This was a bit of a tangent, but it's important to understand why the rule exists from an external point of view. Now, from an internal point of view, why in the lore does Batman not kill? Well, the short answer is his parents. the long answer is a bit more complicated. You see, Batman has existed for 85 years now, like I said, and through all those years, while his rules were very much so set in stone, his exact motivation for not killing kinda shifted from writer to writer, as many different people try to figure out the best way to justify him not making a hole in Joker's head. Typically, these justifications go back to the fact that Bruce saw his parents gunned down, be it him believing he will go down a rabbit hole continuously killing people even if he allows himself to kill just once, or the belief that killing would make him just like the villains he faces. Sometimes it's that guns are the weapons of the enemy, therefore he doesn't use it. And I'm sure more die-hard Batman fans can name more examples. These are just some that I specifically remember, and I can name off the top of my head. But that's weird, right? The idea that through all the years of such a set-in-stone rule for the character, there was never one true and exact justification. But there's a good reason for that. It is not satisfying. Not the rule itself, but its justification. It will never be satisfying enough, in my opinion, because as the viewers, we tend to see it in a more utilitarian standpoint of, well, Joker will likely kill again, so one life to save multiple is worth it. And there's always some counter to any explanation given, be it Batman would never be as bad as them because he does it to save, not harm. Or he could probably stop himself from killing again. Silly as it may seem, these notions do create a sense of dissatisfaction. He doesn't kill, but we can't exactly justify why, because it's not so simple. With someone like Superman not killing, that's a lot simpler because, well, it's Superman, he can get away with it. Because he's more than just human, so he can save people in super speed without having to kill the villains or anybody for that matter. So that rule doesn't really impede him. But Batman? Batman's just human. He can't realistically be everywhere. He can't save everyone. So it feels wrong to let Joker live. He is restricted by his humanity. And that is exactly why Batman should not kill. See, a simple misconception about Batman, because many writers have muddled him up over the years, is the idea that he is darkness and vengeance, while Superman is light and hope. They are the world's finest, a yin and yang that complements each other, right? But no, quite frankly, and simply put, they are both hope. The real difference is that Batman is a reflection of what people should be. He's a reminder of what people can be. Smart, brave, heroic. He is just a man on an endless crusade against crime. If he was just killing people left and right, like, say, the Punisher, then where's the hope in that? That is just vengeance, violence. Batman is a symbol that people can rise beyond what they are, through their pain, to help others, to protect them. And that's exactly why it's satisfying for him to not kill. He upholds human life because that is valuable to him. It's not just a beating and go to Arkham, although often he is reduced to that. It is a chance to grow, to change. Most of his villains realistically can be reformed, and occasionally they are reformed for the better. That is hope, the idea that people can be good and that people are worth fighting for. Why just create an endless cycle of violence where his solution is just to kill people? If he did just instantly resort to killing, then Two-Face would never return to being Harvey Dent. Man-Bat would die, sure, but Dr. Kirk Langstrom would be lost. Harley could be killed easily, but she could be a psychiatrist helping people. See, a lot of people's problem with the no-kill rule is because they apply it to Joker specifically. But even with him, the fact that Batman keeps trying, keeps believing that maybe he can still be reformed, proves the heart of the character in believing in people. Do his villains deserve that second chance? Probably not, but you can't rob the character of that hope. It is satisfying and inspiring to see him rise above and try to see the best in people and fight for their life. Without that hope, Batman would be reduced to the edgelord that many people see him as. Batman needs to be better than we would. To some, this may seem unrealistic, but they're superheroes. They are meant to inspire. Anyway, this shit got real corny real quick, huh? But thanks for watching. I'll promise I'll get the Arkham Knight video up soon, so tune in soon. Same bad channel, same bad time. And please like and subscribe, it really helps me grow, and most importantly, have a good night, everybody. Also, quick side tangent for Batman fans that don't want Robin in the next movie. Robin was introduced nearly a year before Batman's iconic no-kill rule. He has been a crucial part of the character longer than not killing people. So yeah, good night.